guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very special video because I'll be sitting down and answering all your questions that you have been asking me over Instagram, over YouTube comments. And this is basically for you guys to let you know what my profile is, how I came here, how is life here at IIM Indore. So it will be answering your questions, and so this video is meant for you guys. So talking about my background, I have completed Bachelor's of Science having chemistry as my majors from Fergusson College, Pune, and I took CAT in my third year of graduation and joined IIM right after that. So I don't have any work ex or I haven't worked anywhere basically. I landed here right after my graduation. Talking about the resources that I used for my CAT preparation, I joined a coaching and it was an online coaching. It was a local coaching in Pune. So I had their material online in the format of long videos or maybe some formula sheets, and that was all I had. But I think that it is necessary for you guys to practice questions. I also had their mock series available online, but I made sure that I buy a couple of books and keep on solving, because that is how it works for me, like solving questions in the book, taking the right answer, checking it back. Like it makes more sense to me and I feel satisfied.
So, the book that I used for practicing questions was this 25 years chapter wise and topic wise solved question papers from OSWAAL Books. They also have a 10 years variant available. The fourth edition is the 100% updated book with CAT 2023 question paper as well as CAT 2022 question paper of all the three shifts. It not only has the question paper but also the detailed solution of all the three sections, and that is what makes it special. The mind maps before every chapter make it so easy to memorize the chapter in short. Along with that, this book also provides you with topic wise revision notes and previous year questions of every chapter across three sections. For example, these are the revision notes for number system, and here are the previous year questions. So every topic has its revision notes, previous year questions, and answer key with explanation. This book also offers you three sample question papers. So, OSWAAL Books has got all of your problems covered. I would highly recommend you guys to buy this book and try it for yourself. The link will be in my description box. Go click on the link and buy now.
Talking about 10th and 12th percentage, do they matter? Yes, they do matter to some extent. Every college has a different criteria where they give different weightage to your 10th and 12th percentage. For IIM Indore, it was very high comparatively, I would say. And to answer what was my 10th and 12th percentage, 10th it was 97.80 and 12th it was 85.85. So talking about CAT preparation and managing college or university at the same time, I would say it wasn't very hard, but it wasn't a cakewalk too, because I had my college right from 10 in the morning to 5 in the evening. So I was spending around 7 hours of the day in the college, and that was the most productive time, right? Like 10 to 5 is the time when I'm actually supposed to work, but I was spending it in the college. So I made sure that when I came back home, I spent a couple of hours preparing for CAT or doing whatever was necessary. So it is always about time management, guys. Like there are people who have 9 to 5 jobs and they prepare for CAT and get through it. So obviously you can do it too. Talking about the effect that gap year has, I had a gap year right after my 12th because I was preparing for NEET and took a drop year. That didn't too much affect me getting into an IIM, as long as you are able to justify why you took gap and you make sense to the interviewer. I don't think it will be a problem. So taking gap is not the problem, justifying it is actually a problem. Like, you should be justifying it in the right way. You don't need to lie, you don't need to make up things, you just need to be honest. To be very honest, I'm not in the position to answer this question because I don't know what it is like to work and prepare for some exam. But if you think that it is getting tough for you to manage your job and prepare for CAT at the same time, maybe taking a drop, like leaving your job and preparing for CAT, would be an option. But there are people who manage it on the weekends and they are ready to sacrifice that much, like working 5 days a week, and then two days you get, which you're putting for CAT preparation. So if you're ready to do that, I don't think you need to take a drop. But if you think that it is too rigorous for you, or it is taking a toll on your mental health, or whatever it is, you can always take a drop. I think this is a little irrelevant for those who are preparing for CAT to talk about profile, because first you need to crack CAT, and then it is the time when you actually talk about profile. Also, talking about profile, what do you mean? Like, are you talking about 10th, 12th, graduation percentage? It is not something that is in your hands right now, like it is done. So the profile that matters, maybe your extracurriculars, your other social activities, all of it would matter. But there is no provision in CAT form or any college's form that you need to fill these things up. But there are some questions that you need to answer. There are SOPs that need to be written. You can always mention your co-curriculars, your social activities in that, and maybe then you can talk about it in the interview. So there is no specific provision for your extracurriculars or co-curriculars. There is a provision for extracurriculars in some colleges, but not that I know of. Like in IIMs, it is just a couple of questions that you need to answer, and based on that the interviewers will be asking you questions. So you can mention this kind of things in the answer you are writing for this kind of questions, and you can always talk about it in the interview, so that makes an impact. This question is the most asked question. People write their profiles in the comments or maybe in my DMs and ask how much percentile do I require to get into an IIM. To be very honest, there is no specific percentile that is required to get into an IIM, except for the basic criteria. Every IIM has 65 percentile, 85 percentile. That is like the bar they have set. Above that you need to score, and also for different categories it is different. So it is about your profile, it is about your background, it is about your gender, sorry to mention, but yes, females have a different provision, non-engineers have a different provision. So the percentile differs a lot. It is not just the caste that matters, but it is also your background, your gender. Lot of things affect. So guys, I would suggest you to prepare well and score well. That is in your hands. You can't be like, okay, I need 85 percentile, so you will score 85 percentile. Lot of things affect this. How much hours I used to prepare, I can't give you a specific count because I had my university things going on. So it was like I was managing both of them, and I made sure I had weekly targets and not daily or hourly targets, because it was very hard for me to fit all of it in my schedule. So I made sure that for this week I'm covering this topic and practicing this many questions. So it is about you and your schedule and your timing that you need to focus on, and not how many hours I prepared for CAT, because it differs according to everyone's abilities. There are some people who just prepare on weekends and get 99 plus percentile, and there are people who take drop and prepare for CAT and can't get through it. So just focus on how much you can do, how much time and effort you need to put in, and plan accordingly. I self-prepared for interviews. Like I saw some YouTube videos. I asked people about how it is, and to be very honest, when I sat for Shillong, that was me giving like Shillong, I am Shillong's interview. That was my first experience giving some kind of interview. So I learned from my own mistakes, and you have like a week or two, maybe at least 5 days between every interview. so you get time to work on your mistake and fix it and prepare well. So I don't know what to suggest when it comes to preparing for interviews. It is just that you need to go in and out your profile, what you have done in past. It is not something that you can fake in front of interviewers. So make sure that you know what you did, why you did, and if it's your grads, prepare the basics. They are not there to ask you about your graduation, what you studied in graduation, but they just need to know that yeah, you prepared and you are a person who can handle the rigor that IIM puts you in. IIMs have a lot of engineers, and yes, they do, but there are also people from different backgrounds. Like there is a person who has completed his MBBS and now is pursuing MBA. There are people like me who have done their BScs and pursuing their MBA. So it is not just the engineers who get selected, but yes, a majority of them are engineers, and I won't deny that.